besarte una vez más, consentirte una vez más.
So a few weeks ago I made a video on the things I didn't like about my S2000, and not everyone agreed with what I had to say in that video, but it's the internet, that's what it's for. You could express your opinion and people could either choose to disagree or agree with it. But for today's video I chose to do the opposite, what I do like about my car. And everyone talks, when they talk about an S2000, they talk about the performance, the iconic F-Series motor, and just the things that we already know. That's a great handling car. And what I'm going to be talking about is, I'm not going to bring up the performance. I'm going to talk about the things the little things. They could be little things or big things that make the ownership experience that much better for me. So without further ado, let's get started with the list. So the first thing on the list is the seating position. Now, the steering wheel doesn't move up or down, so this was something I was a little worried about when I was looking for the car. But as soon as I got in, at least for someone my size, I could tell that Honda did a very good job and they put some thought into the seating position. So that's why I had to include it on the list, because I fit perfect even though the steering wheel doesn't move at all. And that's for someone my size. I mean, maybe someone bigger or taller than me, it might be a different story, but for me it's perfect. And it has they're bucket seats, so it has some shoulder bolsters right here, and they do a great job holding you in. They have these bolsters up here, over on the side, and those do a great job too. And on the lap area, it holds you in perfect, especially going through turns. So that's why I had to include that on the list. So the next thing on the list is the shifter, and the first reason I like the shifter a lot is the position. It's in an excellent position. I feel like it's in a perfect position, pretty much, to put it that way. The gears are short, so like say I just want to downshift, it feels super comfortable, and it feels natural when you're shifting through the gears. And also, what I really like about the shifter too is the way it feels when you shift gears. If that makes any sense, just the not notchiness, but you know exactly when you're in gear, and that's what I like the most about it too. Next thing on the list is the tachometer. It's the iconic digital tachometer from the S2000. The way the RPM goes, it goes all the way across. So when you're doing a pull or something, you're going through a corner, you just have to pretty much just glance down and you know exactly where you're at. And just the way the numbers are for the time this car came out, it's something that wasn't very common back in that time. And I know the Corvette did it in the 80s, but if you look at the way they did it and the way Honda did it, Corvette looks a lot more retro compared to this. So that's another thing I really like about the car. So the next thing on the list is the looks. Now, when I fell in love with the car as a kid, I didn't know anything about the engine. I didn't know anything about the handling, the shifter, the transmission, anything at all. I just knew what I knew from pictures. I knew that it was a awesome looking car. So that's why I had to include looks in here, because it's what made me fall in love with the car in the first place. And if you look at it, it looks visually appealing. It's a very good looking car, especially with the top down. You got the OEM hardtop, it looks amazing also. So there's all these modifications you could do to make it look so much better, even though in stock form it already looks amazing. So that's the reason I had to include the looks in this video. So last but not least, for this video, I'm going to be talking about the 9K Rpm Redline. That's one of the reasons I decided to go with an AP1 compared to an AP2. The AP2 dropped it down to 8,000, but in the AP1, I always say there's nothing like going all the way to 9K. It pretty much feels like a go-kart, especially with the top down and the wind hitting you. It feels like a go-kart, and it's crazy how Honda was able to make an engine that could rev all the way to 9,000. So it's awesome revving it all the way out. I'll show you right now. That was only around 8K, and it feels awesome. And another thing I like about the 9K Redline is just the sound that you get with it. It sounds awesome when you're getting higher up in the RPMs. So let me go from second gear so you hear the exact 9K. That was only 8K. It has a very unique sound, so that's what I like a lot about it too. To conclude this video, those were the top 5 things I like about my S2000. I know everyone likes different things about their cars, so comment down below what you like, leave what car you drive and what you like the most about it down in the comments. And be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for future uploads. Thank you.